Have you ever questioned what it means to have faith in something? Maybe you're trying to muster up more faith in yourself, or perhaps you're seeking a deeper connection with a higher power. Whatever your situation, having faith isn't always easy. It can be challenging to understand and even harder to maintain. Enter philosopher and author Huston Smith, who grappled with these same questions throughout his life. In this video, we'll explore his journey to understanding what it truly means to have faith. So if you're ready to dive deep into this complex topic, keep watching. Imagine if someone asked you to explain the concept of faith. What would you say? Perhaps you'd define it as trust or belief in something unseen, but what does that really mean? That's precisely the question that Huston Smith, a renowned American philosopher and writer, dedicated much of his life to exploring. Born in 1919, Smith was a professor at various universities, including the University of California, Berkeley, where he taught courses on comparative religion and philosophy. He was also the author of numerous books, including The Illustrated World Religions, which provided readers with a comprehensive overview of different faiths. However, Smith's work went beyond simply describing various religions. He delved deep into the core concepts of faith and belief, questioning what it truly meant to have faith and whether it was possible to have faith without doubt. As Smith began his exploration of faith, he soon realized that there were many different ways of understanding this complex concept. Different cultures and religions had varying interpretations of what it meant to have faith, and each offered a unique perspective that challenged his existing beliefs. For instance, he learned that in some cultures, faith was seen as a personal relationship with a higher power, while in others, it was viewed as a set of teachings to be followed. This realization led him to question the universality of faith and whether there was a single, true meaning that eluded him. But Smith wasn't just interested in understanding different perspectives on faith. He also wanted to know how faith could impact people's lives. Through his research and writings, he explored the role that faith plays in shaping people's values, beliefs and behaviors, and the challenges that people face when they question or lose their faith. All of these themes are prevalent in his book, The Forgotten Cause, where he discusses the importance of reviving interest in ultimate concerns. According to Smith, many people neglect these concerns, often due to societal pressures or the influence of modern culture, which may discourage open discussions about spirituality or religion. So why does Smith think it's important to understand faith? One reason is that faith can provide people with a sense of meaning and purpose in life. When people believe in something greater than themselves, they gain a new perspective on their existence and the challenges they face. Faith can also offer comfort in times of grief or suffering. By turning to a higher power or a set of spiritual beliefs, individuals can find solace and strength to endure difficult situations. Additionally, Smith believed that understanding faith can help people live more ethical and compassionate lives. Many religions and spiritual traditions teach values such as love, forgiveness, and service to others. By embracing these teachings, individuals can strive to be better members of society and contribute to the well-being of those around them. To truly understand Smith's ideas on faith, let's delve deeper into some of his key arguments and concepts. According to Smith, one of the primary characteristics of faith is that it is a leap into the darkness of the unknown. In other words, faith requires individuals to trust in something that they cannot see or understand with their own limited human senses. This concept is beautifully illustrated by a quote from Smith that reads, "Faith is the art of holding on to things your mind cannot see. By the light of your mind can only see darkness." Through this metaphor, Smith emphasizes that faith is not based on logic or reason, but rather on a deeper, more intuitive understanding of the world. By letting go of our need for concrete proof and embracing the unknown, we open ourselves up to the possibility of experiencing something greater than ourselves. Another key aspect of faith that Smith explores is the tension between faith and doubt. Contrary to popular belief, Smith argues that doubt is not the opposite of faith, but rather an integral part of the journey towards faith. In his view, doubt arises when we confront the limitations of our knowledge and the mysteries of existence. It is through this process of doubting and questioning that we are able to deepen our understanding and appreciation of the world around us. By acknowledging our doubts and fears, we can move beyond superficial beliefs and strive for a more authentic and meaningful faith. Now that we've covered some of Smith's key arguments and concepts, let us take a closer look at how he applied his ideas to real-world situations and the challenges he faced in doing so. Smith's exploration of faith was not merely an academic exercise. He grappled with his own doubts and uncertainties throughout his life and sought to find meaning and purpose in a rapidly changing world. For instance, during the Vietnam War, Smith found himself questioning the values and beliefs that had shaped his life. He realized that many people around him were struggling with similar doubts and searching for guidance in a time of great social and political upheaval. In response, Smith turned to the ancient wisdom of various spiritual traditions and discovered that the timeless teachings offered profound insights into the human condition. He saw that despite our differences in background and beliefs, all people share common concerns about life, death, suffering, and the search for meaning. Through this process, Smith developed a deeper understanding of faith that transcended religious boundaries. He recognized that faith is not just about believing in a particular set of doctrines, but about embracing a way of life that values compassion, understanding, and service to others. However, Smith's journey towards understanding faith was not without its challenges. He often faced skepticism and criticism from those who did not share his beliefs. For example, some people accused him of being overly idealistic or naive in his approach to spirituality and religion. Others criticized him for exploring topics that they considered too controversial or divisive. Despite these challenges, Smith remained committed to his path and continued to seek wisdom and understanding through his studies and writings. He became increasingly convinced that the world needed a revival of interest in ultimate concerns, and that faith could play a vital role in addressing the pressing issues of our time. But how can we put Smith's ideas about faith into practice in our own lives? Here are a few ways to get started. First, embrace the unknown. As Smith suggested, faith requires us to let go of our need for certainty and embrace the mystery of life. Instead of clinging to our limited human understanding, we can open ourselves up to the possibility of something greater and allow ourselves to be guided by intuition and inner wisdom. Remember Smith's quote, "Faith is the art of holding on to things your mind cannot see. By the light of your mind can only see darkness." Second, acknowledge your doubts and questions. Rather than trying to suppress or ignore our doubts, we can embrace them as opportunities to deepen our understanding and grow in our spiritual journey. By asking questions and seeking answers, we can move beyond superficial beliefs and strive for a more authentic and meaningful faith. Finally, practice compassion and service to others. Smith believed that faith should inspire us to act with compassion and serve those around us. By embracing these values, we can make a positive impact on the world and contribute to the well-being of others. Remember that faith is not just about personal beliefs, but also about living according to certain principles and serving a higher purpose. In conclusion, Huston Smith's work offers a profound exploration of the nature and importance of faith. Through his writings, he invites us to embrace the unknown, acknowledge our doubts, and practice compassion and service to others. By following these guidelines, we can cultivate a deeper understanding and appreciation for the role that faith plays in our lives. As we continue to grapple with the complexities of faith and belief, Smith's ideas serve as a valuable guide, reminding us of the importance of seeking wisdom, understanding, and compassion in an ever-changing world. Before we wrap up this video, I want to leave you with one final thought. How does Huston Smith's perspective on faith compare with your own beliefs and experiences? Has his work helped you to gain a deeper understanding or appreciation for your faith? Or perhaps you have questions or disagreements with Smith's ideas? I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Engaging in thoughtful discussions like this can help us all to grow in our understanding and empathy towards different perspectives. And if you're interested in continuing your exploration of similar topics, I'd like to recommend another video that delves into the fascinating world of spirituality and philosophy. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery, and until next time, may you find peace, joy, and wisdom in your exploration of faith and spirituality.